Salut les amis, bonjour. Alors aujourd'hui, la leçon est sur les pronoms sujets. Aujourd'hui, la leçon est sur les pronoms sujets. We're going to start by writing down the date, la date en français. So in French, we start by saying we are the day. C'est bizarre, but without us, there is no calendar. So we are the 1st of January 2050. Tu es prêt? You ready? Nous sommes, we are, nous sommes. Lundi, no capital letter at lundi, for Monday in French, for the weekdays. Le 1er janvier, janvier either, no capital letter. 2050. 2050. Tu répètes avec moi? You repeat with me? I will say ensemble all the time. This word means together. So I expect you repeat with me when I say ensemble. Allez, ensemble. Nous sommes lundi. Le 1er janvier 2050. Je répète. Nous sommes lundi. Le 1er janvier 2050. Très bien, pas mal. So we're gonna talk about a few basic notions. Verbe, infinitif, les pronoms sujets. So I want you to open the page indicated here in your lesson book. Open it at this page. And you will see on top of this page the idea of a verb, un verbe. En français, we have verbs like in English, and in all languages we have verbs, les verbes. A verb is a word that describes an action or a state of being. Traveling, working, playing, dancing, being, or having. These are verbs. Infinitive is the pure form of a verb, the virgin form of a verb, the verb untouched, unconjugated. You find the infinitives of verbs in the dictionaries. In English, they start with two. All of them. Par exemple, to be, to have, to drink, to watch, to try, to listen, to dance, etc. These are the pure forms. These are called infinitive. In French, we don't have such a to thing, but all French infinitives end with this combination of letters. It can be ER, IR, or RE. Today we will see the verb s'appeler, which ends with ER, and the verb être, which ends with RE. And the next verb we will see after will be the verb avoir, IR, avoir. Now, let's talk about the pronom sujet, in English, subject pronouns. First of all, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that replaces another one. It's a small word, generally, that has for mission to make a sentence shorter. For example, if you say, I'm buying a sandwich, you want to replace the word sandwich by something shorter. It. I'm buying it. Once you know you're talking about a sandwich, you don't need to reuse the word sandwich all the time. When you say I'm buying it, you have two pronouns here in this sentence. You have the pronoun it and also I. I is a pronoun used to replace me, to talk about me. I'm doing something. I can say you're doing something. He, she is doing something. I is what we call a subject pronoun. It's conjugating the verb. It's the subject of the verb, subject of the sentence, and it is not conjugating any verb. It's another type of pronoun. What are the subject pronouns in English? Subject pronouns are I, you, he, she, they, it, they, 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 you, he, she, it, we, they. These are the subject pronouns in English. Now let's check with French. Je means I. Ensemble. Je. Round lips. Je. Okay? If you need to, you push. If you're smiling too much, try to push like this on your cheeks to make it more round. Ensemble. Je. It means I. And then tu. Tu. That's you in French. When you're addressing to a friend or someone you're familiar with, that you know, you're using tu. Ensemble, tu. And then elle. Ensemble, elle. That means she. And il. Ensemble, il. That means he. Elle and il also refer to objects or things. Because in French, everything, every concept, every object is either masculine or feminine. As an example, let's take the word beer. En français, beer, c'est la bière. La bière is a feminine word. So in order to say it is cold, talking about the beer, en français, you have to say elle est froide, as if you were saying she is cold. Because beer is a feminine word, you talk about the beer as if it was a person, as if beer was a she. Elle est froide. In French, we say she, not just for people, but also for objects. Let's take now the example of a masculine word. Par exemple, the word painting, en français, c'est le tableau. Le tableau is a masculine word in French. So in order to say it is beautiful, en français, you have to say he is beautiful or handsome. Il est beau. Il est beau, as if the painting is a he. Again, something to keep in mind. Il and elle are he and she, but also it, talking about objects. Now another subject pronoun is on. Ensemble. On. On. Don't close the lips on the N. On, there's a resonance. On, like a bounce. On means we. We as a group of people. But there is another one right after. Nous, the one we saw in the date. Nous. Both of them means we. So what is the difference between them? The difference of usage between nous and on is mainly a context difference. On is more casual, while nous sounds much more formal. If you're having a good time with friends, hanging out, playing sport together, you will tend to use on much more. If you're having a job interview with an employer or someone you might want to hire, then the situation requires that you're using the nous form, much more formal. You sound more proper. You will see nous much more used in writings, for example, newspapers or novels. On, more casual, and nous, without pronouncing the S at the end, nous. OU sounds like double O in English. Ensemble. Nous. Nous. Much more formal. And now let's see the next one. Vous. Same pronunciation as nous. Vous. Double O. I mean, OU sounds like double O in English. Ensemble. Vous. Vous. When would we use tu and vous? Because both of them means you. So there is only one you plural, it's vous in French. If you speak to more than one person at the same time, if you want to say you guys, y'all, something like this, en français it's vous. And then if you're talking to only one person individually, you can use tu and vous. If you address individually to one person you know very well, for example, relatives, friends, colleagues you know well, then you will use tu. But if you don't know this person very well, for example, in a client-seller relationship, during a job interview, if you want to give your seat in a metro or in a bus, if you're asking for direction, if you're meeting the parents of your boyfriend, girlfriend for the first time, you should probably use vous then, even if you're talking to only one person, because you don't want to sound too casual and you want to show a form of respect with this person. Vous can be formal and plural. Formal, plural. Plural. C'est bon? And the two last pronouns are they. They both mean they. We have one which is feminine, elle. Make sure not to pronounce the S at the end of elle, even if it's very tempting. You want to say else, stop, no more, it's over. Terminé, ensemble. Elle. Elle. Is there a difference with the pronunciation of she? Elle? No, not at all. Don't try to make it sound different. Ensemble. Elle. Elle. And now, they for boys is il. Il. Again, no difference between he and they masculine. If you're talking about they as a mixed group in terms of gender, masculine and feminine together, you want to say il. You want to use the masculine form. It's masculine and mixed. So even if there is a big group of girls and only one man inside this group, it's going to be il. That's the way it is. It's very machist, it's very old school, that's what French is. So, voilà. If you talk about people or objects, it's the same, remember? Il is for people or things, and elle also for people and for things. Allez, let's recap them all with the pronunciation ensemble. Je. Je. Tu. Tu. Ensemble. Tu. Elle. Elle. Il. Il. On. On. Nous. Nous. Vous. Vous. Elle. Elle. Il. Il. Très très bien, bravo. Voilà, la leçon est terminée. You can of course replay la vidéo. C'est bon? À plus.